Your back is still big, you want to lose weight, but you don't want to give up your favorite foods, make multiple different meals for your family, or eat nasty dishes. You want to have your cake and eat it too. Literally. Well, this video is going to show you how. Lost 125 pounds and I'm a recovering big bag and I'm still a foodie at heart. I like to describe myself as a fit foodie because I eat good and I work out. But how, you may ask? I'm gonna give you the ultimate shopping list that's gonna have you eating good, losing weight, and not make your calorie deficit suck. But first, if you've never seen my face before, hey girl, hey, my name is Janae and I make a lot of content focused on fitness, wellness, and self-development and helping you and I live our best healthy and active lives. So if that sounds like something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following me on TikTok and Instagram. I post a lot of different content over there. Like this video if you're into your fit foodie era and comment down below and let me know what problems are you having with food. Do you just not know what to eat? How much to eat? What is it? Let me know in the comments below. Now, as always, this isn't medical advice. You should always go to your doctor or registered dietitian if you need help, especially if you have some internal health issues. So we already have the calorie deficit out the way and we know how much we are eating to lose weight. And if you need help figuring this out, I already have a video posted on this. I'll link it in the cards above. Now let me show you how to eat. And I eat a high protein, high fiber diet, low to no added sugars. I also keep my fats low and I'm a bit low carb even though that's not my focus. It helps keep me full and satiated and minimizes my cravings. So this video is specific to that. Before we get started, obviously you should be eating more whole foods, fruits, vegetables, meats, and water, and less processed items. But we live in something called the real world. A lot of you fall somewhere on this list. This is the first time you're trying to lose weight. You had multiple failed attempts. You are a busy wife and mom. You deal with food noise, etc. So with that being said, you will sometimes eat processed things. This list was made to not overwhelm you. It's to get you going and comply to your calorie deficit. Know what you can swap out so you can grow smarter in your journey. And eventually you'll do the research on your own, you'll pay attention to your body, and move to a more whole foods lifestyle. But we have to get you started and throwing in clean, whole, organic, plant-based, gut health, all of this. It's too much, at least right now. So let's just go ahead and jump into this list. Starting off with drinks. Obviously, drink your water, but you can also do things like adding in fruits and vegetables and doing like a little infusion situation. You can also pick up Mio, Crystallite, electrolyte powders, or any type of water enhancer. This is something that has helped me, especially after having weight loss surgery, as I can't really stand the taste of plain water anymore, but I need to get my water goals in, so that's what I do. Juice. I'm not gonna tell you to cut out juice in the beginning, especially because there are so many different options that you can have. There's zero sugar, low calorie, no calorie type of juices. There's so many different flavors and brands on the market that you can start adding to your refrigerator. Same thing goes for soda. And a lot of people say that they are a soda addict. So then swap it out for diet or zero sugar. I like the zero sugar because it actually kind of tastes like the real thing. Diet definitely has a different taste to it. And that may help with satisfying the craving. Because realistically, we're not always going to drink water. You can also throw sparkling water into the mix. There's so many different flavors and brands out there. I personally do not like to drink my calories. Like I said, I am a foodie at heart, so I prefer to eat them rather than drink them. So the zero sugar, the diet, the low calorie juices and sodas is a great option to have when you're a little bit tired of water. For my coffee, matcha, and tea lovers, it's time for you to get hip to the protein coffee, tea, and matcha movement. Not only is this a way to add to your protein intake, but it's also a way to cut down some fat and sugar from full fat milk, heavy cream, and all of those sweeteners that's out there. If you can't handle a protein shake like me, get you some protein milk like Fairlife. I do the fat-free version, and I add that into my coffee, tea, or matcha as a way to get my protein in. And the fat-free version does not taste like normal skim milk. I would never lie to y'all. Then go ahead and stock up on your sugar-free sweeteners and sugar-free sugar, period. Now you can go ahead and get you some fat-free or sugar-free whipped cream, get you some sugar-free caramel drizzle, and now you have a little situation going on, and it's giving Starbucks at home, and you're saving money and calories. Speaking of Starbucks, Dunkin', or wherever you buy your coffee, the same theory applies. You can take your protein shake or your protein milk with you as you're going out the door and going to your favorite restaurant and just getting your espresso over ice and then adding your protein situation to that. And you can also go ahead and bring you your sugar-free syrups with you in a small container, or a lot of these places have multiple sugar-free syrup options in their own store. Go ahead and be a little barista in your car and keep it pushing. You can also throw in collagen powder and fiber powder into your drinks to give you some additional added bonuses. Drinking bone broth has also been a game changer in my routine, as it gives me a little bit of protein, it gives me some collagen benefits to my hair, skin, and nails, etc. Let's talk about carbs. Even if you're not low carb or keto like me, I tend to pick these options up at the store because they're lower in calorie, higher in protein, higher in fiber. So when we're talking about bread, there's several options out there from several different brands. They also have sliced bread, hot dog buns, hamburger buns, English muffins, bagels, and tortillas. So you can buy these keto options. That way you don't have to feel like you're giving up on your carbs and the things that you love, and you're getting the added benefits. I've also been into making my own protein bagels and protein pita breads using a keto flour and Greek yogurt. I have a ton of recipes on my TikTok and Instagram, so make sure you're following me over there because that's where you're gonna get not only my recipes, but my meal ideas. Pasta, and ooh, there are so many different protein pastas, low carb pastas, and high fiber pastas that are out there. And the thing with these pastas, they taste like normal pasta. So much so that I stopped buying the regular stuff and I started buying the protein stuff, specifically Carb Diem or Fiber Gourmet, because my family don't even pick up on the difference. So I don't have to buy two different things and make multiple different meals because my family can use the added benefits of high protein and high fiber as well. And it's less work for me. And they also have so many different noodle shapes out there. I'm sure you can find a shape that's gonna work for you. And make sure you're looking at the description box because a lot of this stuff you can get from your local stores, but a lot of this stuff I do tend to buy off of Amazon. So whatever I can link, I'll put it in the description box below for you. They also have some rice substitutes as well. And they also have like tofu noodles and the angel hair noodles. That stuff is low calorie, but I tend not to gravitate towards that. I really don't like the taste of it and care for it, especially when there's actual pasta substitutes out there. So that's what I go for. But you do what works for you. Moving on to fruits and vegetables. You don't always have to buy the fresh stuff, especially if you know you're just gonna waste it. I tend to buy frozen or canned or the cup options all the time because at the end of the day, I understand that life is happening and I buy a thing of spinach and then it gets spoiled. So that works for me. Plus, most of these options do have a food label on it, giving you the calories and the grams per serving. So it's a great way for me to stick to my calorie deficit and weigh my food and track my food because I'm following the food label. Just make sure when you're getting these things that you're buying the sodium-free cans or the no sugar added cans and cups. Let's talk about meat. I tend to buy the leaner cuts of meat because not only does it cut down on my calories, but it also cuts down on my saturated fat and overall fat, and it's higher in protein, specifically for chicken and beef. And you don't have to buy things that you don't like. So you can buy ground turkey. There's several different cuts of it that's gonna make it a little fattier or a little leaner. Same thing for ground chicken and the same thing for ground beef. I specifically buy the 93.7 ground beef because we like beef. I don't care for turkey. I sometimes buy chicken, but it's rare. And honestly, the calories and the macros are off just by a little bit. So it is not that serious for me to buy the highest thing that's with protein and buy 99% lean ground turkey when I can just be happy with my food and buy leaner ground beef. And this same theory applies for chicken. A lot of us tend to buy chicken breasts because it's lower in calorie, it's leaner, it has higher protein, but I don't like chicken breasts. Like, I don't. I love, however, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And so I will sacrifice a little bit of fat and a little bit of protein, a little bit of calories for something that I enjoy eating. And if you're not into seafood, you need to grow up. I'm just playing. If you have an allergy, I understand. But seafood is another thing that's a game changer in my routine. I'm always doing salmon, tuna, or shrimp. Shrimp cocktail is a little cheat code for a quick protein snack, just so you know. And breakfast meat. You can do bacon. I don't see anything wrong with bacon. I tend to buy a leaner cut of bacon, so I turn my food label around and look at it. I also buy lower sodium, but you can also do Canadian bacon that's higher in protein. You can do turkey bacon. Now, the thing with turkey bacon to me is nasty. Until I bought uncured turkey bacon. It tastes so good and it cooks so well. And you can also do things like chicken sausage and turkey sausage. Condiments. We need to talk about condiments because that is where we are getting in trouble. We pack on so many condiments, which you should be weighing your food because that drizzle is a heavy drizzle. And even if it is a light drizzle, it's higher in calories. So with that, there are so many different options out there, from ketchup, barbecue sauces in general, and salad dressings. Not only that, with peanut butter, you can do PB2. They have a chocolate PB2 as well, instead of getting that full fat of regular peanut butter. I like to throw in some Fairlife milk when I'm making my PB2 to get a little bit of protein. You can also do the sugar-free preserves, make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich like that. I like to use the preserves for my desserts though. Also, you can start making your own sauces. I tend to make some Greek yogurt sauces or my protein ranch using Greek yogurt or cottage cheese and the different seasonings. You can make dips this way. I mean, the options are endless. With your pasta sauces, there's no sugar added and low-calorie pasta sauces. There's this new protein pasta brand that's out there, pizza sauces. You can make your own Alfredo sauces, again, using seasonings, Greek yogurt, or cottage cheese. Let's chat about dairy, starting with cheese. I tend to do fat-free or light cheese. So when it comes to my shredded cheese, specifically mozzarella or cheddar, I do the fat-free because it has less fat, more protein, less calories. And I save my full fat for things like feta cheese or goat cheese, but that's just a little favorite of mine. I also do light cheese like the Laughing Cow cheese or thinly sliced cheese for my sandwiches, or the light string cheese as a great little protein snack. Yogurt. I do the fat-free plain Greek yogurt most of the time for my recipes. But if I want to eat my yogurt or do like a yogurt bowl or something like that, I tend to do the Too Good brand, even though there's several different brands out there. They only have like 2 grams of sugar. It's lower in calorie. They have so many different flavors and I just enjoy the taste of it. You can also do the drinkable Greek yogurts. There's so many different versions out there right now. I have been a huge fan of the Chobani lactose-free, no sugar added. They have so many different flavors, high in protein. They have a 15-gram one, a 20-gram one, and a 30-gram one. They also have reduced fat or fat-free cream cheese, light cottage cheese, reduced fat ricotta cheese, which this is a new find for me, and light sour cream. There's also no sugar added creamers, fat-free protein milk, and your fat-free, no sugar added whipped cream. Now let's talk about cooking really quickly. I tend to buy the spray oils, specifically avocado oil or olive oil, the spray versions or the spray butters. I tend to sometimes buy the lighter or lower calorie versions of butters. And I also buy regular avocado oil and olive oil. Just pay attention to how much oil you are using. But if I am gonna use oil, then I'm gonna use the healthier versions of oil. Let's get into some overall breakfast items. There are so many high protein grab and go or quick options that you can have. They have protein pancakes, protein waffles, protein French toast, and these are quick and effortless options. And a little cheat code, I use the protein waffles, French toast, and pancakes as a little dessert, using that as my foundation with a little bit of sugar-free whipped cream, sugar-free preservatives. Ooh, I am a sweets and a pastry lover. Things like that satisfy my sweet tooth. They also have lower calorie oatmeal packets and protein oatmeal that you can make your overnight oats with. They also have protein pancake mix, and you can pair this with some sugar-free maple syrup or just pancake syrup, some powdered sugar. I mean, you can have IHOP at home. And there is protein cereal out there. They also have protein granola that has no added sugar, so you can add that with your Greek yogurt, with some fruit, and some sugar-free honey. Lunch items, my go-to is turkey meat for your sandwiches. They also have lightly breaded chicken strips, nuggets, and patties. And you can also do some turkey pepperoni for some homemade pizzas. For quick little dinner items or, for a little quick Friday or Saturday night situation, they do have protein pizzas. And you can do a combination of anything that I've already listed. Now, specifically for lunch and dinner, to make things quick for me, I like to do the personal size things. So they have the little cups of macaroni, rice, mashed potatoes that you can just pop into the microwave. They also have several different ready-to-go meals and meats. I tend to stay away from this though because it is higher in sodium. For your sweets, again, you have the sugar-free syrups and you have the marshmallows. You have your caramel and you have your chocolate and chocolate chips. And it's not only for coffee, you can use this stuff for your desserts as well. So let's move on to desserts. Now, you can buy the protein options that's out there from the different brands like Quest or Wild, Legendary, stuff like that. They do have protein chips, protein pastries, Pop-Tarts, candy, brownies, and muffins. And of course, your protein bars. I tend to have a few of these in my pantry just in case I'm not prepared, I didn't meal prep something, or just as a quick grab and go option. But just know these things are expensive and sometimes they're nasty. They have that thick protein taste. So because of that, I tend to make my own versions. Again, my recipes are all on my TikTok and Instagram, but I also show you my recipes and my meal ideas in my vlog series called The Discipline Diaries. In those videos, I also give a lot of fitness, weight loss, and tips and just general advice. So don't just only watch my sit down videos, but look at the vlogs because you could be missing some gems. And I tend to do a lot of grocery hauls in those videos. The point of my vlog series is to show y'all my life after massive weight loss and what it takes to stay right here, nice, trim, healthy, and snatched and fit. And so I'm showing you the lifestyle and what it takes to live this way. But I digress. Back to bacon and desserts. They do have 0 sugar and keto bacon mixes, yellow cake, chocolate cake, brownies, carrot cakes. I mean, there is a ton of stuff in your grocery stores and on Amazon. They have biscuit mixes. They have reduced fat croissant rolls that you can make desserts out of. They also have things like sugar-free coconut flakes, sugar-free sprinkles, and the glazed little keto nuts. Oh my God, those are so good. And these things, I don't just make for myself, I also make for my family because I don't want my girls to have a whole bunch of added sugar in their diet as well. They have 0 sugar Cool Whip that you can pair with your desserts. They have carb balanced ice creams and bars. They also have fruit bars. I mean, there's so many options out there to help you. You can also get into the protein ice cream and get you a Ninja Creamy or the Ninja Creamy dupe that's out here. I have both of them. I also like doing rice cakes. There's so many different flavors of the rice cakes, both plain, salty, sweet. You can pair it with anything. I like to top it with some PB2 or even some sugar-free whipped cream and a banana. So good. Now, if you're more of like a salty or a savory, again, they have the protein chips. I love a good chomps, the chomp sticks, and then regular just beef jerky or turkey jerky. The options are endless, and I'm sure there are some more things that could be added to this list. So if you have any favorites that I did not mention, go ahead and throw it in the comments below and let's help each other out. Now, for the people who want to fight about the artificial sweeteners and the fake sugars and all that stuff, those studies are done on rats and they consumed a lot of it at a time. For it to even equal out to a human, we would have to be consuming a lot every single day. Who's out here drinking 20 Diet Cokes every single day for months and years on end? Ladies, we are keeping it cute. We have a little demure, have some coof, okay? I'm also gonna drop a video in the description box below about artificial sweeteners if you do want some more information from someone who is much smarter than me. Now, obviously, there are so many different brands that is around your local areas and different things that will suit your price points. So start going into your grocery stores. Take your time when you're grocery shopping. Turn your food around and look at the labels and see if it aligns with your calorie deficit and what it is that you want to eat. Now, as you may grow more mature into your weight loss journey, you may get into the whole foods, organic, reading your food labels, gut health, seed oils, and cutting out the processed foods. That is exactly where I'm at in my journey. I am leaning towards a more whole foods lifestyle and paying attention to this stuff and how this stuff is affecting my body and what my body is telling me. But we need to get you started first. We need to get you started first. You've already been too overwhelmed. We need to get you started first. And this list is made to help your calorie deficit a little bit easier so that you can comply with your routine and with your eating and with your deficit so that you can start to lose weight. You can feel more motivated because it's actually working. And so that you don't have to feel like you have to give up your favorite foods, but just make a small swap that you will eventually get used to the taste. I know some people are like, you'll get used to it. These things are so important, especially if you have a massive amount of weight to lose. And since anything over 50 pounds is a massive amount of weight to lose. These things will help you out when it comes to volume eating. Volume eating is the cheat code when it comes to a calorie deficit. Volume eating is essentially when you can eat more items because they are lower in calorie, higher in protein, lower in sugar, lower in fats, lower in carbs, stuff like that. A lot of bodybuilders tend to do this volume eating type of lifestyle because if you still have your big girl stomach, and a lot of you do because you didn't have weight loss surgery like me, you will still feel hungry even in a calorie deficit. It takes some time to get used to your deficit. So take advantage of volume eating, and these things on this list will help you out with that. Make sure you're checking out that calorie deficit video if you haven't already. And I also have a 90-day wellness summertime find guide coming out tomorrow. So make sure you have your post notifications turned on and you're subscribed to my channel so you won't miss out. I hope this video was truly helpful to you, and now you know where to go with your calorie deficit and what to eat. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time I post a new video. Make sure you're following me on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, I'm always hosting lives and answering your questions in the moment. And on Instagram, I'm super active in my stories. I do have a broadcast channel. They end up knowing the tea first, so make sure you follow me over there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.